C012210 F1833, State of Indiana versus Dejaune Anderson. Ms. Anderson, for the record, would you state your full name, please?
Yes, I am Princess Kalithia Hatan Tupave II, representing the entity Dejaune Anderson.
You're known as Dejaune Anderson.
I'm representing the entity of Dejaune Anderson.
Your date of birth?
My date of birth is February 2nd, 1961.
That would make you how old?
That'll make me 63 years old.
And the last four digits, your social security number?
I do not have a social security number. I have a declaration of nationality underneath the Washington Moors of the Indigenous People of the United Nations, chapter 221593.
Ms. Anderson. Officer Music investigated this. Looked for you for the past 2 years. And Prosecutor Hunt have charged you with 3 counts of criminal conduct. Count 1 is murder as a felony. Would indicate that between April the 10th, 2022 and April the 16th, 2022 in Washington County, state of Indiana, you did knowingly or intentionally kill another human being, that being child victim number 1. Contrary to the form of the statute, such case is made and provided by Indiana Code 35-42-1-1, parentheses, and against the peace and dignity of the state of Indiana. Count 2, neglect of the defendant resulting in death as a level 1 felony would indicate between December the 1st, 2021 and April the 16th, 2022 in Washington County, state of Indiana, you being at least 18 years of age and having the care of child victim 1, a dependent, less than 14 years of age, did knowingly place said dependent in a situation that endangered the dependent's life or health and which resulted in the death of child victim number 1. Count 3, obstruction of justice as a level 6 felony would indicate that between April the 10th, 2022 and April the 16th, 2022 in Washington County, state of Indiana, you did alter, damage, or remove a record, document, or thing with the intent to prevent said item from being produced or used as evidence in a legal proceeding or an administrative or criminal investigation, contrary to the form of the statutes made in such case provided. The murder, a felony, has a range of imprisonment from 45 years to 65 years with the advisory sentence of 55 years and up to a $10,000 fine. The level 1 felony, neglect of a defendant resulting in death, has a range of imprisonment from 20 years to 40 years with the advisory sentence being 30 years and up to a $10,000 fine. And the level 6 felony has a range of imprisonment of no time in jail, but treated as a misdemeanor. The 2.5 years at the Indiana Department of Corrections, with the advisory sentence being 1 year and up to a $10,000 fine. Do you understand what you've been charged with?
I do understand.
And do you understand the potential penalties?
I do.
Do you intend to hire a lawyer, or is someone likely to hire a lawyer for you?
I want to file a motion for self-representation.
You understand if you do that, you are required to conduct yourself as a lawyer to be able to ward our potential jurors, to abide by the rules of evidence, to abide by the rules of procedure.
I do understand. I have a master's in history,
That doesn't give you a law degree.
but I do understand how to read procedures and understand the court procedure.
Just because you represent yourself, that doesn't ensure yourself a good lawyer, you know.
That's a personal opinion, but I understand.
Make your request in writing. Okay.
I will, most definitely.
Um,
Can you give me at least just like 5 days and I could get it
I
to you.
can certainly give you 5 days to get it. I think what my intention would be. Let me ask you this. Can you afford a lawyer?
It's not that I can't afford a lawyer, it's that I want to do self-representation due to, I understand the nature of my case. And I understand that this is my life on the line, and I do understand that there are things that involve my case as far as the evidence that I hold, which is Q classified evidence, which should be turned over to Judge Advocate General Courts immediately, if possible. Because my case involves other cases that are open currently with Judge Advocate General Courts, as well as federal investigations that are open.
Well, the Judge Advocate General approaches us with address it.
Okay.
How about I appoint you standby counsel?
Oh, no, thank you.
Thank you. You make your written request. I need to advise you, you have a right to a speedy public trial by jury in this county. You have the right to face all witnesses against you, either question and cross-examine witnesses. You have the right to have witnesses brought into court to testify on your behalf, but at your request, the court will issue subpoenas requiring those individuals to come into court to testify on your behalf and bring evidence in. You have the right to have the state prove you guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. You have the right to remain silent. You cannot be required to give any testimony or make any statements against yourself to anyone. You do have the right to be heard in your own defense of any hearing or trial concerning the charges against you. Anything you say, however, may be used. Do you have any questions concerning your rights?
No, I do not.
Then I will set this matter for a pretrial conference on the 25th day of April at 9 a.m. The trial date of the 6th day of August this year at 8:30 a.m. and on to the date of June 15th. Do you have any questions at all?
No, I do not have any questions.
You sign this reappearance slip. We'll discuss the issue of bond. Ms. What's the state's position?
Yes, Your Honor. Given the gravity of this case, first of all, I would like for you just to take judicial notice of the probable cause affidavit that the state filed in support of these 3 charges as resulted in the arrest warrant. I'd also like to bring to the judge's attention that it's almost a 2-year mark of officers locating this, at the time, unidentified little boy in the woods. So I would argue that the defendant has been a fugitive since that time her identification has been made. I think that raises any bond in a murder case to be something of the utmost importance and should be of an amount that should be very difficult, if not impractical, for her to be able to afford, or I feel she will be abscond from this court. She's never been from Indiana. She's not from Washington County, is my understanding. She was located in California. So on that reserve, I would leave that to the court. And if further motion is needed on the state's behalf, I will leave that.
Can I make
Ms. Anderson, you just made an objection.
Yes.
State the basis of your objection.
The basis of my objection is the fact that I am not a fugitive. I have been under NSA surveillance for the past 8 months. And how can that qualify me as a fugitive on the run when I've also had a detail from Space Force that was following my every move? When I contacted the Indiana State
Let me
to
tell
arrest
you,
me.
that is not a valid legal objection. If you want to represent yourself, you're going to have to learn the rules of evidence and the rules of procedure. Because if you conduct yourself like this and make these types of objections, you have no chance in the world.
Okay.
So objection overruled, but I will let you make argument in regards to all.
Well, thank you. So that's my argument is that I have been under surveillance by NSA for over 8 months. I also have a detail that follows me everywhere I go from Space Force military. I also contacted Indiana State. I think it was a federal marshal that I called to have my location tracked to pick me up. So there's no type of extent of me running where I need this astronomical bond on my charges.
Well, that's sort of interesting, because it's my understanding Officer Busick has been in touch with almost every one of those agencies and haven't been able to identify your location until recently. So I'm gonna set your bond at no bond at this particular point in time. The Space Force comes forward and tells me that they're, willing to monitor.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Renee Michelle. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe button, and that share button. Also drop your thoughts in the comment box and let me know what you think about this channel here or the story that I'm talking about. I'm like craziness. Like, y'all, we really have demons and devils walking among us. We should all be afraid. So I'm backtracking. Well, I wouldn't say I'm backtracking, but I'm doing a follow-up on the last story I did with baby boy Cairo Jordan. His mom just had her first appearance in court. I placed some videos that y'all could see in probably the beginning. And when I tell you this lady is, I don't even want to say she's crazy. I want to just say she's a flat out demon ass bitch. You know what I'm saying? Something is clearly wrong with this woman. You know, we got all these prosperity pastors out here preaching about prosperities and how to get the bag and everything else. But we're not talking about spiritual warfare. We're not talking about devils and demons. You know, yes, it is a scary topic, but we have to talk about that because that's some of the things that our inner selves are facing. You know what I'm saying? We all got to face our demons, but this right here is over the top. Oh my gosh. But anywho, it says Dejaune Anderson charged with killing her 5-year-old son, Cairo Jordan, and abandoned his body in a suitcase in a wooded area in Washington County, Indiana, faces at least 85 years in prison if convicted of the crime. Anderson faces an Indiana judge for the first time since her arrest in California on March 18th. During her initial hearing, she asked to represent herself. I do understand my life is on the line. I do understand there are things that involve my case. The evidence, which is evidence that I hold, is classified evidence, which should be turned over to the judge advocate general court. That's what she said. She made several wild claims in court, which raises doubt whether she can stand trial, being with her name. My name is Princess Khalifa Antone, I guess Poppy, the second representative, the entity of Dejaune Anderson. So that got to be her demon, Princess Khalifa Antone Poppy, you know. And while she was sitting there screaming that baby was a demon, she was full-fledged batshit crazy. Batshit crazy. Her initial hearing only got a strange form there. Instead of a social security, her initial hearing only got stranger from there. Instead of a social security number, she recited a United Nations declaration before asking to represent herself. She claimed her case is part of an ongoing investigation. Judge Larry Medlock told her she faces at least 85 years in prison if convicted of all charges. Investigators say Anderson made social media posts claiming her son was a demon, but this bitch is the real demon. And that's crazy. And that she would write a book or publish a podcast about it. I don't think that's happening. I don't see that in your future, but I do happening. I don't see that in your future, but I do see prison for the rest of your life in your future. The prosecutors asked Matlock to set a high bond, given Anderson has been on the run for nearly 2 years. And Anderson interrupted and said, I object. Miss Anderson, you just made an objection. State the basis of your objection, Mellock said. The basis of my objection is that I am not a fugitive. I have not been under National Security Agency surveillance for the 8 months. How does that qualify me as a fugitive? She thinks she's smart, or she knows she's smart. I don't know. But she's sound educated to know some of this shit. But demons know a lot, to be honest. And she said, when I've also had a detail from the U.S. Space Force that was following my every move. Bitch. All right, said the judge. That is not a valid objection. If you want to represent yourself, you're going to have to learn the rules and the evidence of the rules of the procedure, because if you conduct yourself like this and make these kind of objections, you have no chance in the world, lady. Anderson held without bond, assigning her with a public defender. The prosecutors and the police said there's no evidence any government agency other than the law enforcement has been following her. Once the courts work out whether Anderson will actually represent herself, her trial is set for August 8th, in August. Now look at him. Something is clearly wrong with this lady. Something is clearly wrong with our people. And when I say our people, I mean the whole world, because we all are human beings. We all are human. We all are living this human experience. So I feel like she is a demon. She crazy. We looking at a demon in the flesh. Just look at her pictures. I so sorry for Cairo. That's why we need to get mental health stats. You know, we have to work on getting somewhere where we can get mental health geared up and doing what we need to do. But thank y'all for watching this video. I just wanted to do a follow-up because I found it strange. And then as I'm watching it, she talking about she's 60 years old. This bitch don't look a bit of 60, do she? She don't look a bit of 60. So she might be a 60. Like I said, that first name she named is the demon. And that demon is 60-something years old. I don't know if she really is. What I think they said she was 35. So I don't know how old they said the bitch was, but she don't look a bit I know that was some batshit crazy stuff, but they didn't say her birth was wrong. I feel so bad for Cairo having to deal with those two ladies, those two demon-ass ladies. Make no damn sense. Make no damn sense. But thank you guys for listening to my video. Drop your comments in the comment box. Let me know what you think. I mean, we really need to talk about spiritual warfare. We need to talk about a whole lot of stuff, because I am very tapped into the spiritual world, and I don't know. Thank y'all for listening. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe button, and that share button. Have a great day. Bye.